Good morning, good afternoon. Myself, Anil Velde from World Trade Center, Mumbai. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you today for this inaugural webinar on Connect India. As you know, that we started Connect India from 1st August, and today we have excellent panelists from India, Philippines, and from WTCA New York, Scott, who's going to join in a while to speak about Connect India and the opportunities for the exhibitors. So may I request Ms. Rupa Naik, Executive Director, World Trade Center, Mumbai, for her kind welcome address, please.
Thank you, Anil. I'm very happy to welcome Pamela from the World Trade Center, Philippines. She's also a board member of the World Trade Center Association, besides heading the World Trade Center Metro Manila. I'm very happy to also meet and introduce Mr. Akhilesh Mahurkar. He is the director of World Trade Center, Shamshabad and Vizag. Welcome to this family of World Trade Centers, Akhilesh.
Thank you.
GD Singh, I don't think has joined from the Asia Africa Chamber of Commerce and Industry Foundation, but I welcome everybody who's here online right now. And I hope that this Connect India will help us to connect with various other regions besides World Trade Centers and other chambers of commerce. We are making an attempt through this Connect India to reach out to all the industries across regions, MSMEs in particular, startups, women entrepreneurs, to join Connect India so that we will be able to explore possibilities for collaborations and partnerships. We already have a large number of companies who have registered on the Connect India platform, and we now look forward to having real business happening on this platform. I know all of us are quite fed up of the virtual platform, but for the time being, if we connect on this virtual platform, it will give us an access to knowing each other, and then we can meet each other in person. I'm sure this trade show will benefit a large number of MSMEs. We are targeting at least 1,000 MSMEs to be participating on this platform. And with the support of the World Trade Center Association, Pamela, and many others, I look forward to their participation. Through Scott, of course, reaching out to other regions, Europe, North America, South America, all of them should be on this platform so that you all know what India is all about and Indians get to know all of you. With these words, I would like to say all the very best to all the participants who are here, and I wish them good luck. If there is anything that you need, you can reach out to us and we can connect you to the concerned World Trade Center so that you can contact them through us, or you may put it, you can write an email to the World Trade Centers directly if you want to.
Thank you, Rupa, again for this invitation, and congratulations for successfully organizing the Connect India, and I wish you a very fruitful week ahead. Well, good afternoon to everyone. Thank you for, again, this invitation to speak to you today about business opportunities between Philippines and India, and hopefully the contributions and insights in this discussion will hopefully help the exhibitors of Connect India. Well, just as an introduction, the Philippines and India have had more than 70 years of diplomatic relations. Dating back to 1949, the Philippines and India have signed several MOUs and agreements over the decades that deepen cooperation between the two countries. In recent years, in fact, the Philippines has continued to engage India through memoranda and joint statements where in 2018, for instance, the former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte visited India for the ASEAN-India Commemorative Summit and Republic Day celebrations. And during this visit, two objectives were met. First, the Philippines Board of Investments, or the BOI, and Invest India signed an MOU aimed at facilitating direct investment through cooperation between the two agencies. And secondly, the visit also witnessed the extension to the MOU between the India-led National Association of Software and Service Companies and the Philippines IT and Business Processing Association. Now, this MOU aims to facilitate direct investments by first providing practical investment information Second, assistance to visiting investors and support in the promotion of investment between the two parties. Now, our two countries have been major trading partners and have supported demand opportunities both ways. For one, the Philippines has primarily exported machinery, electrical and electronic equipment to India. Now, this particular product group covered around 35% of the total exports in India, and this further increased from around 41 to 45% in circa 2000. There were, however, significant shifts in the import structure where cereals and meat products were the main imports from India in the early 2000. Now, meat products also became a major import from India in circa 2010, although the share declined over the years from 2016 to 2020. And then of late, three product groups emerged to be major imports from India. First, mineral fuels, oils, and distillation products. Second, pharmaceutical products. And third, vehicles other than railway and tramway rolling stocks. Now, the combined share of this product group grew substantially to 42.7% in the late 2010. Now, our two countries are also trading partners in the services sector. Now, similar to goods trade, the Philippines has been a net importer with regard to its services trade with India. The trade deficit also noticeably expanded in 2010, which could be attributed to reduction in services exports in the earlier years. Now, despite exhibiting a recovery since 2014, services exports could not match the stable and rapid growth of services imports from India. The Philippines has primarily exported services in administrative and support activities to India. On the other hand, services in computer programming, consultancy, and information activities were the primary services imported from India. Now, on foreign direct investments, reports on Indian FDI outflows reveal that the majority of Indian investments in the Philippines was in financial and insurance activities. And other notable recipients of Indian investments include textiles, garments, IT, steel, airports, chemicals, automobiles, pharmaceuticals, and business process outsourcing. Until more recently, in the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic, further stressed the long-running ties between India and the Philippines, as even greater opportunities emerge to improve each other's healthcare and medical services. This invitation to speak today has come in timely for me to echo and share with you the opportunities that were explored during the recent India-Philippines Business Conference that was on healthcare and medical cooperation held here in the Philippines, which was organized by the Indian Embassy in Manila. Now, Indian Ambassador to the Philippines, Honorable Shambu Kumaran, highlighted, and I quote, the deep-seated vulnerability of the two countries in terms of supply chains exposed by the pandemic requires building partnerships grounded on trust, especially as there are untapped capabilities seen on both sides. Now, during the same conference, our Philippine ambassador to India, Honorable Ramon Bagat Singh Jr., meanwhile, encouraged Indian investors to invest in the Philippines because of the immense opportunities and several incentives that have been created for investors. He further said that in light of the current pandemic, Philippine health expenditure will continue to rise due to higher cost spending on health services by both the government and private sectors. Now, this specifically opens a window of opportunity for local and international healthcare and pharmaceutical companies to meet the gaps, as we recognize that our people need accessible, affordable, and available healthcare, and will only be possible if the two nations look at the value of partnerships beyond the immediate value to the transaction, but instead to the value to the society as a whole. Now, Mr. Karthik Rahagopalan, who is the co-chair at the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, validated The two countries have a big potential to collaborate in health technology, where Philippines is an important market for medical devices, which he noted has become a sunrise sector in India. Now, the discussions that followed in that business conference delved deeper into engagement opportunities in healthcare services, pharmaceuticals, and medical devices. Also worth mentioning is India's healthcare provider Apollo Hospitals Group shared that they look forward to bringing its expertise in medical technology, mobile health technologies, and clinical care to the Philippines. Now, also important to highlight is the Philippines' capability in research and development and technology transfer in partnering with Indian companies within the field of healthcare. Well, here lies the opportunities that are very much present in terms of cultivating and improving healthcare services. Anil and Rupa, that about sums up my talk about opportunities that are currently present in business and investment between the Philippines and India. So thank you for your time and attention. Back to you, Anil. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Ma'am. I know you have another meeting and you would be leaving shortly, but before that, thanks for a wonderful presentation. And to the participants, if you can brief how WTC Metro Manila can be an enabling platform in terms of reaching to the companies or importers or the partners in Philippines. If you can brief it shortly, I think it would be great.
So should there be any interest, in the Philippines, definitely you can get in touch with the World Trade Center, Metro Manila. I will type in the chat box our email address and the website as well, which you can easily access. Our services are readily available in as far as business matching, trade mission organization and planning. If there are any interest at all in any of the exhibitions and trade shows that are happening at the World Trade Center, Metro Manila, we would be pleased to welcome you and give you assistance in as far as participation in those trade shows are concerned. So I'll type in the chat box our email address and the website.
How the companies can connect with the WTCA network, especially in the Asia Pacific region, for the opportunities in the international market. Over to you, Scott.
Well, thank you, Anil. Good morning to everybody. It's such a pleasure for me to attend this event. This is inaugural webinar for our Connect India program. And I was extremely happy, and we were all very happy that this program is taking a very good shape. Based on my conversation with my WTC Mumbai colleagues, that there are quite a lot of parameters that the program already exceeds their original projection, which is extremely good. And I also was very glad to learn some of their very nice perspective from Pam about the trade relations between India and the Philippines, and also other colleagues from WTC network is their presence today. So I was asked to share how this WTCA network can really help companies in terms of international market access. There is a lot of different ways that this network can really make a difference. This is why we have this network, and this is really the objective for this is where really a B2B network. And one of the ways to create some of their innovative programs and platform based on the network to help achieve the potential of their opportunities. So I'm going to share this, doing some screen sharing. So you can know better about, and from this case, how the network, the WTC network can make a difference in market access for our members and the member of and for business community that are member WTCs are serving. So a little summary of the program. It's really a program of for the B2B connection, which has been a priority for the association in the past years. That we have different platforms set up for B2B. For example, we are some of our signature programs such as member seminar, general assembly. We all have this B2B matchmaking thing. Of course, the technology make it easy. And also we have this market access program, which is also targeting B2B connection. And it's the purpose for this program that was created is really about how to leverage the WTC global network, right, to make it work. And it's a collaborative project between WTCA and the WTCs, which I will talk a little bit in details in the next few slides. And we try to be a very inclusive and flexible when we create this program. Try to include a different region, different industry, and different ways of participation. For example, the in-person participation and the virtual participation, the hybrid. And we're for this year is the first year we're doing run this program on pilot basis in Asia Pacific. Want to test this concept, and then if everything goes well, we'll roll out to the whole world for our global membership base in next year, 2023. So this market access program, what is Connect India is one a major part of this program. So how do we select this the member events or member program and then to include in the market access program? So our initial focus is very much on the trade shows and conventions and events there. Some of the more established trade programs available with our WTCs. And these programs or trade shows need to have strong affiliation with our local WTCs. And in the case of Connect India, it's WTC Mumbai, right? So it could either be hosted or co-hosted and supported or facilitated by the local WTC. So in the case of Connect India, Mumbai actually are hosting this platform. Actually, with the WTC Metro Manila, there's another program called Fail Construct that Manila was actually they're not the host, but they are very much a major supporter and facilitator of this trade show. So that's the connection affiliation, because the WTC, whatever we do, we go through the WTCs. And these trade shows, these events, of course, they need to have high quality and very relevant to international trade. So our global network can really leverage. And we also ask for something called a value-added package from the hosting WTCs. So the idea is that, okay, for companies to participate, they not only get the regular benefits for the trade shows or events, also in addition, they also get this value-added assistances specifically for this companies goes with our WTCs. So they get extra benefits and incentive to participate, right? And then we have this diversification on industry and the markets. Actually, in the case of Connect India, it covers a wide range of industries. But in some other cases, that could be for one individual industry. So they're quite diversified and different. So when we say this is a program between WTCA and WTCs, so this is a slide that you can see how the WTCA collaborate with WTCs for this program. They play different roles, but if you put everything together, it's a team efforts. It's a collaboration. So WTCA, we're very much in the program development. We created the branding of this program, and also we promoted whatever included program to the global network. Hosting WTCs in this Connect India situation, it's WTC Mumbai, right? So WTC Mumbai create value-added service package, and they also promoted this program to other partners, because we always ask our hosting WTCs to be inclusive in partnership, not only just to go through WTCA, right? So more partners, the better, right? And of course, they also need to deliver the service, whatever included in the value-added package. And then there is participating WTC. They help promote this program, include the program to the local business community. They can organize trade missions for participation, and also they coordinate their companies for getting involved in whatever the trade show programs of WTC market access program. So this will give you a little bit a better idea about the value added service package that we talked about. So what's the components, right? So it's essentially there's three categories. There's first category is trade services, second category is add-on events, and third category is logistics. So these are some of the things that the WTC, hosting WTCs, think that they could define and make it available for participating companies. It could be a combination of different components of these three categories. Each WTC, hosting WTC, actually they will offer something a little bit different from each other based on the resource and based on the market needs and based on whatever the trade show has. And also, I think there are different models. Some of the service might be fee-based, some of the service might be complementary, but they are all transparent to the participating companies. So when we say WTC promotion, so what exactly does that mean, right? So these are some of the things the WTC is going to do for their trade shows and programs included in their WTC market access program. We do e-blast and e-newsletters to basically, distribute whatever the information to our global membership base. We upload the information to the event calendar in our digital platform. We also create other web presence, and we put the things in social media too. We were talking with our WTC Mumbai colleagues that they could really, select some of their companies, participating companies and products to be highlighted in our social media, and then to certain frequency from time to time we can highlight different companies, and that's what I think is also could be an effective way to promote and draw more participation, right? Press, it's basically we this case, the program, we always try to promote that through media. Webinar is something like we do today, right? We also have something called a member advisory committee council that we could help spread words out. Events, it's basically some of the WTCA programs, the regional meetings, the general assembly, the member seminar. They're also a very good vehicle to promote this program. So these are some of the benefits for this hosting WTCs, participating WTC and companies, right? For hosting WTC, of course, this is like a very good opportunity to enhance the feasibility. The program will bring more participation to the program. to the trade show, that really works for the hosting WTC, right? So, and also it can really showcase the network, the branding of WTC, and strengthen the connectivity between different WTCs. For participating in WTC, this is a great way for them to leverage their included programs such as Connect India to promote their region and their business community, add value to their own business membership, because this market, they brings this possibility to access the India market for their business members and companies, right? And they could generate additional revenue if they like organize trade mission or something, right? And that's an effective way to facilitate reciprocity. For companies, this is really, you gain the regular benefits of trade show, but at the same time, you have additional assistance from our local WTCs. So this is really really add value to their participation, and it's a cost-effective way to achieve more results by the same investment. So this like 3 program will get included in the 2022, the pilot program. The first one was this called a Malaysia Pavilion at the IMAX Frankfurt, organized by WTC Kuala Lumpur. It was already completed in early June. It's very much for the MICE industry. The second one is basically this Connected India, which is ongoing, right, from August the 1st to December. And then there's Manila, WTC Metro Manila. They have this Field Construct program, trade show that will be in early November. So this is just one promotion piece. We pull all the major information into this fact sheet, and we try to share with our members. But I'm not going to get into details. There's a little bit about the roadmap. This in 2021, we spent quite a lot of time to talk with our members to try to get a feedback about this concept, and it was all very positive. And then in March of this year, we launched the program. This early June, we delivered the first program. This is called the Malaysia Pavilion at IMAX Frankfurt, I mentioned. And then we're working with WT Mumbai for this Connect India, which is a hybrid exhibition. And then this in November, this Field Construct program by WT Metro Manila. And then in the second half of the year, we'll basically do all these evaluation and making getting ready for next year. So that's very much our this program, and we were able to showcase some of the things like the programs that we created to help our companies to leverage for international market access. So this is all this network is about. Thank you very much.
To speak on the trade and business opportunities in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. For the viewers, again, WTC Shamshabad and Visakhapatnam are the support partners and are the latest WTCs from India to join the WTC network. Over to you, Akhilesh.
Good morning to all the delegates, and very good afternoon to the colleagues and delegates from Philippines and from East Asia. I thank WTC Mumbai and my colleagues out there for giving us an opportunity to speak today. To begin with, the topic given for me is like trade and business opportunities in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Before I start my presentation, I would like to congratulate our colleagues at WTC Mumbai and WTCA for organizing this very useful virtual platform for the benefit of entrepreneurs from India. I hope they make use of it and reap the maximum benefits from the platform as such. I would also like to thank them for giving us an opportunity to partner with them and help showcase entrepreneurs from our region of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh as such. For the audience who are not familiar with India, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh are the two new states, provinces, as called in some other countries, which were created in the year 2014. So now I'll move to my presentation. I got a brief presentation on both the states. I'll just share the screen. Okay, here we go. Okay. So the state of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh is like, south toward the south or the southeast of India. Andhra Pradesh has got the longest coastline, and Telangana is a landlocked state. I'll start with Telangana. Telangana is, as called the land of opportunities. As I mentioned, it's a landlocked state. We share our borders with Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Andhra Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Telangana, the GSDP, as the statistics given, it's almost doubled in the last 8 years. The GSDP, the per capita income, the irrigated land, IT exports, and power capacity, has doubled in the last 8 years. In the ease of doing business, we have been consistently ranked number 3 in ease of doing business in India. We have a policy, our minister says, we either will meet the incentives offered by the other states or provinces, or will better them. So that's how we have been able to attract investments into our states. We have the best of class infrastructure, have been consistently been ranked by Mercer as one of the best livable cities in India. And we have a very industry-friendly sectorial policies. The reasons behind it, we got a very stable government. We got single window clearance for all state government approvals within 21 days. We have a policy called TS IPAS, under which if we don't get, if entrepreneur or industry doesn't get clearance within 21 days, it's deemed clearance is given. The clearance is deemed to be given as such. Then we have tailor-made government incentives for mega projects. State with the 5th highest GSDP growth in India, increased GSDP in 2017-22. Second largest exporter of ITS services, emerging educational hub. And then we are the best connectivity. Being centrally located, we have the best connectivity with rail, and air. These are some of the priority sectors in the aligned with the government of Telangana as such. Aerospace and defense, some of the big names are already have established, like Boeing, Airbus. They have established their presence in Hyderabad. Automobiles, BYD is here. Food processing, life sciences. We are also the vaccine capital of India. Textile and apparel, green tech, FMCG, ITES, logistics, renewable energy, electronics, plastics, gems and jewelry, startups and innovation, and MSMEs. So these are some of the major investments that have happened in India, or the big MNCs who have set up their shops in Hyderabad, or I would say Telangana. The IT superpower, we've got Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and Metaverse over here. The life sciences, we look at it biologically, Dr. Reddy's, Genome Valley, Novartis, and we are coming up with the Hyderabad Pharma City also. We have the aerospace, parks in Hyderabad. We got Boeing. We got Safran, which recently announced the MRO facility going to be set up in Hyderabad. Then electronics also, we are having Qualcomm, Radiant, NVIDIA, Intel, and OnePlus in Hyderabad as such. Innovation, infrastructure, inclusiveness. In the industries, if we look at it, the growth rate is 20.2% in 2021-22. The focus sectors is life sciences, leading aerospace and defense ecosystem, emerging electronics hub, strong food processing and textile sector. Agriculture, if you look at it, the 5 revolutions we are talking about, the green revolution, the second highest rice producer in India, blue revolution, top in inland fisheries, white revolution, strong dairy sector, pink revolution, leading meat exporter, and yellow set to become the largest palm producer in India. And the service sector, our strength is like ITES again, we talk emerging technologies, one of the sectors, which is really coming up real fast. And then startup and innovation, we got the world's largest incubation center, T-Hub, which was inaugurated recently. And then tourism is one of the sectors which is focus. Now I move on to Andhra Pradesh, which is, again, we are setting up Visakhapatnam, WTC Visakhapatnam, the services have started. Andhra Pradesh has the second largest coastline in India. It has the largest coastline in the east of India. It is ranked number 1 in the ease of doing business. It has a stable government and sustainable development, ranked number 3rd in SDP goals. All approvals within 21 days. State again, it shares the 5th ranking with Telangana. It is the largest exporter of seafood in the country. Emerging educational hub and connectivity. Again, it's well connected by road, rail, and air services, and port also. Andhra Pradesh is the only state in India to have 3 national industrial corridors. So we have the Vizag-Chennai Industrial Corridor, VCIC as they call it, Chennai-Bangalore Industrial Corridor, CBIC, and Hyderabad-Bangalore Industrial Corridor. So all these 3, pass through the state of Andhra Pradesh as such. When it comes to the port-led development, we got the new ports which are planned are Machilipatnam, Ramapatnam, Bhavurpadu, and Kakinada. We got AP Maritime Board, which is again set up by the government of Andhra Pradesh to help the maritime sector to promote, the industrialization of the maritime sector. And the third one is port-based development clusters and desalination plants for assured water supply. These are some of the focus sectors again for government of Andhra Pradesh: aerospace and defense, automobile and auto components, agro and food processing, life sciences, electronics and IT, mineral-based industries, textile and apparel, petrochemical, petroleum and chemicals, retail, tourism, energy, and MSME. Now we're coming back to this, delve into these sectors. Electronics, we got around 3 to 3.5 million mobile phones are being produced in Andhra Pradesh every month, contributes to 10% of electronic production in India. 3 existing EMCs and new MCs at one of the districts, YSR. Clusters from Japan, Taiwan, China, and South Korea. For your information, Kia Motor Factory has set up their plant in Andhra Pradesh, and we also have Isuzu operating from one of the SEZs in Andhra Pradesh as such. And we are home to 250 plus pharma units and 338 WHO approved, 20 US FDA approved. 16% of India's production value of USD 6.3 billion and 6% of national exports USD 3.5 billion. We attracted over 2.5 billion USD till now, employing 88,000 in 4 pharma clusters in the state. We also have AMTZ over there, Andhra Pradesh Medical Devices Park as such, which is India's first integrated medical devices manufacturing zone, where around 130 companies have already set up their shops and they are manufacturing products. So right from a mask to a CT scanner, everything is being manufactured over there in the AMTZ. These are some of the names which have set their footprints in Andhra Pradesh: Foxconn, Lava, Panasonic, TCL, Flex, Hetero Drugs, and these are home-based companies, Hetero, Mile, and Dr. Reddy's. These are some of the incentives: 5% interest subsidy up to 5 years for investments, 100% net ST reimbursement for 5 to 10 years, 1 to 5% production-linked incentives or Government of India schemes, power subsidy of 1%, rupee 1 per unit for 5 years, 20% of capital subsidy. So this is a brief about both the states, but if you need more information, you can reach out to us at info@wtcshamshabad.org. Our coordinates are given. I will also put it in the chat box, our coordinates, and we'll be happy to connect and help wherever required. Thank you.
Tell me how WTC Shamshabad can really play a role of enabler here. For there are exhibitors from so many countries and also from India, and not
Right.
people are really aware about this new WTC. So
yes. Now you're talking about the WTC or the exhibition. If it comes to exhibition, we have already done the, we got around 30 companies who have registered in the exhibition Connect India, and some more will be joining. From VHub also some 20 entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs will be showcasing their products and services in our Connect India. And both AMTZ also has showcased it, products and services to the stall. And similarly, the Invest Telangana, the nodal agency for investments into Telangana, that also has showcased some of the companies, and some more will be joining. We are just a month old in the organization, in the exhibition, so we have 2 more months to go. So we'll have more companies who will be showcasing over there.
Sure.
Now coming to WTC Shamshabad as such, WTC Shamshabad, we have many MSMEs or entrepreneurs in the state of Telangana who are not familiar with exports as such. So we have started the Connect program or reaching out to them as such, and we are educating them about exports through various, physical programs, like, it's like an offline activity that we are doing in the districts as such. So we are sharing information with them, how they can reach out to the global market and prosper as such. So that we have already started.
Fine. Thank you. Thank you so much, Akhilesh. We will now move to Dr. G.D. Singh, the founder and chairman of Asian African Chamber of Commerce and Industry, for his address on business opportunities in Africa and Asia for MSMEs. Over to you, Dr. Singh.
So very good morning. In fact, it's going to be the afternoon soon. So a very good afternoon to all the honorable guests and invited participants from over, I think it seems that there are 5-6 countries which I can see apart from India. So it's such an honor and privilege to be among this esteemed global audience today. And I think that these kind of programs are really very educative in nature in terms of building the trade and commerce. So as a chairman for Asian African Chamber of Commerce and Industry, I think I'd like to give you some insight of how exactly things have moved so far and what exactly is the current standing. So we'll be discussing upon some figures and numbers, but I like to be crisp and short. So it's like the world as we know, pandemic has brought about losses and which can last for a lifetime. And above all, it has taught us the value of things that really matters, like family, security, global cooperation, without which a lot of us would not have, battled the way we did in this pandemic. And nowhere was this collaboration more significant than in the case of healthcare and COVID vaccination, I believe. So the and an exemplary passage of humanity. I think this global association will be the aggregator of our success in the future. And therefore, I'm especially proud to see that, some of us who were
Dr. Singh, Dr. Singh.
Did hello.
Hello, Dr. Singh. I think your network bandwidth is low, so I request you if you can switch off your video and speak.
Okay. So I'll say that this global association between the Asia and Africa will not just help us, but all the investors, all the business leaders, and the SMEs and MSMEs to bridge the gap and to create a better environment for trade and commerce. Today, I once again look forward, and I believe that all of us would agree that the basic agenda behind creating a bridge between Asia and Africa is that these are the two areas which can create the better what you call economic sustainability between the countries. And I think when you talk about any country's development at large, as compared to the developed countries or the developed nations, only Africa has a strong potential along with Asia to build this strong economy. And I'd like to give you some numbers also. Let me take a moment to draw attention to some recent developments in trade between Asia and Africa. Since we recently completed a high-level diplomatic meet, which happened in New Delhi. So I think these numbers were shared to the global audience there as well. And I'd like to throw some light on this again to have a better clarity. So, as you are aware, China has emerged the top economic partner for Africa with two-way trade worth US dollar 254 billion last year. And other Asian countries aren't far either. Capital Africa Ventures, a Japanese venture capital firm betting on Africa startups, has joined hands with Verod Capital, a West African private equity fund manager, and they have targeted a corpus of around 100 millions. Similarly, South Korean tech giant Samsung, which controls more than 35% of the African mobile market, is building on its landmark multi-million rand equity, equivalent investment program, which is EEIP, in partnership with the Department of Trade, Industry and Competition, DTIC. And on its part, India has emerged as one of the top 5 investors in Africa in the recent years, with the investment to the tune of around 74 billion US dollar. The five main contender for this investments were Mauritius, Mozambique, Sudan, Egypt, and South Africa. And I guess in 2022 itself, India and Namibia signed 3 MOUs to strengthen the bilateral cooperation. And India's largest integrated energy company, NTPC, also signed an MOU with Macian, the Moroccan Agency of Sustainable Energy for cooperation in the renewable energy sector. So when you talk about India and Africa, have always shared a great journey along with the growth for creating better sustainable economy, and thanks to their shared colonial past also. So today, more than 3 million people of India origin are settled across Africa, and India's main export to Africa include refined petroleum products, pharmaceuticals, and of late information and communication technologies like IT services and ITIES. It's like also quite popular and fairly, being there in the African market from India. While Africa primarily export crude oil, gold, coal, and other minerals. So I think there is a fair opportunity of trade between India and Africa, or rather Asia and Africa. And this year, in fact, I think India celebrated the 75th year of its glorious independence on the August 15. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi expressed his mission to make India a 5 trillion economy by 2024-25. And recent reports also suggest that India has already achieved the world's 5th largest economy by nominal GDP and the 3rd largest by purchasing power parity, that is PPP. So in long-term growth perspective of Indian economy remain bullish. I believe that, in my opinion, due to its youth power and corresponding low dependency ratio, health saving and investment rates, increasing globalization in India and integration into the global economy, I think we are doing fairly good. And the same can be said for Africa. It's again a resource-rich continent, has some of the fastest growing economics in the world, and its total GDP stand at a staggering 2.6 trillion approximately. In totality, Africa is expected to host nearly a quarter of global workforce and consumer market by 2030, and making the entire continent an extremely viable partner for government and business worldwide. Now, Asia and Africa, especially India and Africa, have a long history of commercial affiliation. Through this event, I think I'm going to take this medium to hope to break the barriers between the continents and countries and create an atmosphere of mutual growth through the MSMEs and the SMEs, those who are supporting. So I think by doing business between Asia and Africa, we are bridging the gap and to explore possibility and unrelenting and including economic growth by creating a platform of mutual interest and a well-balanced business come social environment. So this is badly needed. And I think I would like to take this platform to appeal to all the present dignitaries to take a pledge today and to see that, we take this mission ahead and bring the cumulative growth for the region between Asia and Africa. And I'm sure that this will bring new hopes and strong collaboration among the countries of Asia and Africa, promising the beginning of new era of a sustained and inclusive economic growth. These two continents have shown very strong presence in the global market in the recent year, promising a bright future for the generations to follow. And it's time now for us to join hands together to welcome prosperity and growth in an environment where hatred and animosity have no place. So let's try and bridge the gap to create a better place for all the living beings in Asia and Africa, particularly. Very soon, I think, we'll be organizing the third high-level diplomatic meet in New Delhi in the month of November. And I take this medium to address to you all that all the participants and people, those who are interested to build a better trade and commerce between Asia and Africa, you guys are most welcome to join hands together with the Asian African Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I once again would like to thank World Trade Center for creating this virtual platform for us to address to the whole world. And I think, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Stay safe, keep marching forward. Thank you.
Please log in again to wetrade.org, wetrade.org. And currently the Connect India exhibition is running. So please register. Those who have not registered, please register. I think Mr. Jagdish Parikh wants to speak. So Mr. Parikh, you can speak.
To WTC Mumbai and all other participating countries of WTC. I am very happy to participate in this event. My request to WTC Mumbai is that for the quickest contacts with the other members in other countries through WTC, I request that all the members of WTC in all the countries should be able to exchange the information or the contact details with their profile, and that is possible through WTC Mumbai only. So I request WTC Mumbai to request all the participating countries from their other country to share the list of their members with the short profile to everybody so that we can have contact immediately. And that will boost the export or bilateral trade between those countries. And secondly, my request to Dr. Singh, Mr. G.D. Singh, he said he welcomed us MSME to become the member of the Asian African Chamber of Commerce Industry. My request to WC Mumbai, how to become the member of that Chamber of Commerce Industry, please provide us the information and other details, modus operandi. Number 3 is that now exhibition is going on online. We are getting the information online that who visited, but the information is slightly not complete because which country and which company and in which product they are interested did not mention in that online information. Only the name, email ID, and other things are possible. I mean, we are able to look it, but the name of country and the name of company and the name of the products interested in, if these informations are added online, then we can have a quicker details, I mean, quicker contact with those people. Please.
As far as the first question is concerned, sharing the information and short profile of all members. As you know, there are about 315 World Trade Centers in 90 countries. So getting the members of all WTCs would be a big challenge. If you can share the countries of interest of your products, we can facilitate through the respective WTCs.
Okay.
That's number 1. Number 2, the contact details of Dr. DG Singh to become the member. So post the program, we will share Dr. Singh's contact details and you can get in touch with him.
Thank you.
Thirdly, about the online exhibition, about the additional information that you had seek for, including the country from which a participant, visitor or buyer is interested and the product interested. Sir, the whole idea about the exhibition is to facilitate the connection between the suppliers and buyers.
Yes, sir.
And here, the more and more information, if you ask for, then the visitor and buyer feel kind of irritated, and they do not like to, put in so many details and they just exit. why we are getting or trying to get the three basic fields such as
Yes,
name,
sir.
email ID, and mobile, so that
Yeah,
they can, so that we expect or and request the exhibitor to get in touch with the visitor for the further coordination and the further communication. We
yeah.
WTC Mumbai as a platform, as a company, as an institution do not want to facilitate that. However, slowly after a few days, we are going to have the B2B meetings also,
Yeah,
where you will get all the information that you are required or you have requested for. But I
very good.
suggest that whoever is visiting your stall and you have the details, please send the introductory mail to them so that the connection can be established and you can take the discussion forward.
Okay, good, very good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
If anybody wants to ask question, then can raise the hand and then we can allow them. If there are no questions, I think we can conclude the webinar, and we'll share the link of the presentations, and also keep visiting vtrade.org Connect India, and also email it to us for more information. Thank you so much, and we will conclude the webinar now. Thank you.